Hello and welcome to America Reads Fun Learning Activities. We are college students who create learning activities for kids. Our fun activities are focused on reading, writing, and math. Thank you for joining us to learn today. My name is Mackenzie, and today we are going to learn about how to plan our writing using a writing web. To get started, we are going to need a few materials today. Make sure you grab a sheet of paper, a pencil, and whatever you would like to color with today. Thank you for doing this activity with me today. I hope you were able to learn about planning and think of some fun ideas to write about. Once you are ready with your materials, let's get started. Today we are going to learn about a great way that we can make our writing better. The way that we can do this is by making a writing plan or a writing outline before we start writing. When we plan our writing, it is a great way to think about what we are going to write and brainstorm all of our ideas. That way, we can think about the topic and write our ideas down before we start writing. Today, we are going to learn one way to plan writing, and that is by making a writing web. We are going to make our own writing web together today. Now that we understand why planning is important, let's get started with our writing web. Let's first start by talking about what we are going to write about today. We have a fun topic to think about. Today, I want you to write about this question. If you could be a superhero, what kind of superhero would you be? Let's think about this question and make our writing web. First, to start our writing web, we are going to draw a circle in the middle of the paper, making it big enough to write in. In that circle, I want you to write what your superpower would be. For example, for me, if I could be a superhero, I would want my superpower to be invisibility. What would your superpower be? Think about your idea and write it in the middle of the paper. Next, now that we know what kind of superhero you would be, let's brainstorm more ideas about what we can write about. Next, let's draw a line connecting from the circle you just drew and draw another circle at the end of the line. Next, let's draw a line connecting to the circle in the middle that we just drew and start to make a web. At the end of the line, draw another circle that you can write in. Another idea that we could write about is, if you were a superhero, what would you want your superhero name to be? Think about what your superhero name would be and write your idea in the circle. Let's continue with our web. Draw another line from the middle of the paper to make another circle to write in. Let's think about more ideas that we could write about. Now that we have thought about a few different things like superpower and superhero name, next let's think about what you would want to look like as a superhero. If you were a superhero, what would you look like? What kind of costume would you wear? Think about what you would want to look like as a superhero and write that in the next circle. Let's think of one more idea to add to our writing web. Draw one more circle and connect it to the center again, and let's plan one more thing that we can write about. For our last idea, try to think about what you would do if you were a superhero. How would you use your superpower? Would you be a hero that saves people, or would you fight supervillains? How would you do it? Think about what you would do as a superhero and write that in the last part of the web. Now we have started making a plan for something we could write about. If you wanted to write about what kind of superhero you would be, all of these things that we just wrote down in our writing web are different ideas you can include in your writing. You can write about what your superpower would be, what your superhero name would be, what you would look like as a superhero, and what you would do if you were a superhero. This is why creating a writing web can help us to plan our writing. because now we have already thought of many different things to write about. Feel free to add drawings to your web or even more ideas if you can think of some.
Thank you for joining us to learn today. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will be back with more.